This is for year 11 methods. We're going to look at an application question from exercise 3L. So the scenario is, we've got a wire which is 80 centimeters long and it's cut into two pieces. One piece is to be bent into a square and the other a rectangle, 4 times as long as it is wide. Now we're letting x be the length of the side of the square and y be the width of the rectangle. So x for the square, and the rectangle, we know that the width is going to be y and the length is says it's 4 times as long as it is wide, so it's 4y. So we need to run an equation connecting y and x together. Okay, so part A is pretty straightforward because the width and length of the rectangle and the length of the square, if we are, as in we add the perimeter summed up to 80, because that's the length of y we have in total. So we know 80 equals the perimeter of the square plus the perimeter of the rectangle. For x, the perimeter of the rectangle, 4y plus 4y, which is 8y, 8y plus 2y, y. Okay. Now next part is find. Okay, A is the in terms of x. In terms of x means you want it in terms of x only. So we know the area would be given by x squared 4y squared. Okay, now there's a problem. We've got a y here. We want it in terms of x only. We're going to have to use what we did in the first part to solve it. Okay, so if I rearrange this in terms, I can get rid of this y when I substitute. So this is what I mean is I can go 80 equals 10y y 10, so I get 8 minus 4 over 10 x is, I'm going to sub this into my y equation in terms of one variable only, so that I can graph it, because otherwise if you have two variables you cannot graph the equation. Okay, so we can go 4 over 10 x. Okay, you got to be careful with squared. Now I'm not gonna manually do this unless it tells me to show that. It doesn't say to tell me to show that, so I find this. So I'm going to go x squared plus 4 8 minus x, and we've got a squared. Now this is the neat trick about the CAS. We have an expression, and I don't want to manually do the algebra. The button here that says simp just for me and gives me a nice answer. Well, relatively nice answer. We get 1.64 x squared minus 25. What I'm going to do is I'm going to capture screen and copy it so I can remember what I did. So I'm going to just copy it and remember what the answer is. So 1.x squared minus 20x plus 256. Now I want to do the next part. Find the length wire for which A is a minimum. Okay, so we want to graph this to find when that occurs. So I'm going to use the drag and drop feature. And as expected, I don't see any. What does that tell me? It tells me that I don't have the correct window. So I'm going to change my window. Let's try 0 to, let's just say 50. And y, since our y-intercept's going to be, we're in the 200s, maybe we'll try y equals 500 to see if we'll need to adjust based on what we see. Okay, perfect. We've actually got a really good window. So it really helps to get an idea of the equation of what your range and domain of x and y are. Okay, so all I need to do is I'm going to go analysis, oops, cancel, analysis, gsolve, minimum, and I get a minimum of 7.805. 7.805, okay. So the minimum occurs when x equals 7.85 centimeters, the length of both pieces of wire. Okay, so the minimum occurs when x is equals 8.70. Know that I want for the square for 4 lots of x. So we'll go 4 times 7.805. We get 31.22. So square 31.22 centimeters. Now for the rectangle with 10y, okay, and we need to know, what our y represents. So 10 times y. Now y in terms of x is 8 minus 4 over 10x. So 8 minus 4 over 10. Now x we're subbing in, x we're subbing in 37.805, and I should get 48.78. Okay, 48.78 centimeters. Problem. I mean, obviously, you'll probably do this a lot quicker than I have, but I just wanted, step 1 is draw a diagram of the scenario. Step 2 is form an equation of what they're asking. So in the write down the perimeter, which is 80 in terms of x and y. Next part is we'll need to write an equation of the area, which is x squared plus 4y squared. Now the problem was we have